Hey there, and welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be talking about Litecoin LTC. Let's go. Okay, welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go down below, hit that subscribe button, and while you're down there, if you can tap the like button, I'd really appreciate it. All right, let's get into this. So Litecoin is doing just what we've been hoping it would do, actually. So good news on that front. So just to do a little catch up here, I'm on the weekly time frame for Litecoin, and I've been talking about for the last couple months, maybe even longer, that Litecoin was looking eerily similar to this move back here, starting in 2017, the fall, all the way down to 2018, and then the recovery in 2019, possibly another fall, and doing another W pattern like this. But Litecoin has been creating higher lows all throughout this. So we had the big drop, another drop, higher low, another drop, higher low, and another high, and a higher high over here as well. So after this W pattern, we did create a higher high over here. And so what I was saying is, back here, it looked like Litecoin was putting in a bit of a bear flag. So you had the drop, and then you had a flag forming, and there was a chance that we fell out of the flag and down. But what actually happened is when we broke above the 20 EMA, which is the bottom of this red cloud here, we broke above it, and we held it as support. Then we hit the 50 EMA, which is the top of the cloud here, and we hit that. We finally broke above that, retested, and then went up for a further move. That's what it was looking like, was a very good possibility, in my opinion. And so as we come over this way, we see that we had this, well, let's just do it from over here, actually a smaller flag. So from here down, we had that going. We were forming this flag formation here, and there was every chance for us to break down out of this flag formation. But what happened is we are doing almost exactly like what we did over there. So where are we at now? So it's taking a lot longer than it did back there. This took us, this section here from the very bottom here, till, let's just say we broke into the 20 EMA, took us 63 days. So if we go from this very bottom here till we got into the 20 EMA, 140 days. So it's taken quite a bit longer, but it is playing out. So we did, and then this big red candle here was the FTX crash. So that, in my opinion, you can kind of forget that. If it wasn't for the FTX crash, I believe that Litecoin would have stayed up in this area here instead of having these two candles outside of the 20 EMA. But it didn't really seem to slow us down too much because we came all the way back up and we've hit the 50 line now, just like we did over here. We hit the 50 line. Now, when we hit the 50 line over here, it took us 1, 2, 3 weeks, and on the 4th week, we had a breakout. So how many weeks are we right now? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't think it's going to break out for another couple weeks, probably. But if we take a Fibonacci now from the very bottom here to the top, you can see that on the weekly, Litecoin is holding the 236 Fibonacci, which is extremely bullish. I do believe that there's a very strong chance we come down to the 382, which is right around 68.80. Not only is it good, I mean, not only is it normal for us to come down, get some momentum off of the 382, but that's also where some previous resistance was that we have not fully tested as support. And so we could come down, retest this support line here, which is also the 382, and it would also hold up on the 20 EMA. So that would give the 20 EMA some time to roll up, and then we get a move to the upside. Now, my price target for this whole scenario here is roughly around $125. Anywhere between 120 and 135-ish, something like that, is my price target before we get a massive rejection. Now, I don't know. I mean, I can't see in the future, so I don't know. But after we get up here, I don't know if we're going to find this center line here as support and stay up here and then continue on, or if we're going to do a rejection move where we come up, hit this, come back down, create a double bottom on a larger scale, kind of like what we did back here. So these are my scenario. I don't know which one's going to play out, but it's going to be interesting to see. So we can, in my opinion, we can either do this double bottom move, which we did right here. But this, if you look at this, you got to take into fact that this was the COVID crash right here. And so it wouldn't have fallen this far if it wasn't for that. So there is a chance that we do still do this double bottom over here, and we don't go as far down as we did previously, which was almost 100% down. More like a from this top down to this bottom right here, maybe a 75% move, which is still pretty drastic. Or maybe we can come up and we can find it as support, kind of like what we did right here, where we broke through, found it as support, and then continued on to the upside. I'm not quite sure which one we're going to do. If I had my best bet, I would say that we're going to come up, get rejected, come down, find support right around here, around the $60 to $65 level, and then continue on to the upside and hit this $400 level probably within a year, maybe two, to get all the way up here. Just to get to the center line up here, we're looking at maybe beginning of the year, sometime in the first quarter of 2023. I think it's possible to get up there by February, March of 2023. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But that's kind of my idea for Litecoin. It's been playing out perfectly. I've been stacking down in here. I know it's not like the flashiest coin, and it's not the one that's going to make you the most money. But in my opinion, it's one of the most consistent. I mean, you can just look at this chart. It just is very consistent on where it goes. And so the likelihood of me getting a 100, 200 to 400% move compared to, a 10x, like I can get a 2 to 4x, and it's fairly consistent as opposed to a 10x that you never know, what's going to happen there. This could just be a larger play from what's back here. So this one right back here, very similar, where we just ranged for quite a while, then just had a massive move to the upside. I mean, this could be a larger scale move, kind of like what we did here, where we just ranged for a long time and then have a massive move to the upside. And who knows, maybe Litecoin breaks above this $400 mark finally and gets to, a higher price target. Let's just play around here for a minute. This wasn't scripted here, so this is just going off on a whim here. Let's see what happens. So we'll go from this top to this bottom, and the 1272 seems to be getting a lot of reaction here. Let me check to see where we're on the right one. Actually, no, that's the wrong one. I like to do my fibs a little different than a lot of other people. Okay, so we've already, let's add some more fibs on there. Put that one on there. Okay, and then the 4618. So we even broke above from here to there. We broke above the 4618 and the 4236, just barely broke above them. Let's go to the monthly and just see if those were wicks. Yeah, so okay, so I mean, if you go to the monthly, from that top to this bottom, this first move right here, you can see that let me go to that 4618 because I like the 4236. You can see that we hit the 4236 perfectly with a body candle on the monthly. And then on this one, we broke above the 4236, but then got rejected. And as you can see, there's lots of action around that 4236. So just playing around here, goofing around, not saying this is going to happen, but just goofing around. Let's say that this was a range. Let's go from this top here to this bottom here. Like this was some kind of, and actually, no, that wouldn't be accurate. It'd be more like this top here to this bottom down here would be more accurate to what I put for this one. So if price target, didn't expect to do a price target here, but on the monthly, if there is some kind of a breakout, something like similar to this, so my more realistic price target would be back up to the $400 range. But let's just say we have a massive breakout for Litecoin in the next 3 years. My price target would be right around $1,500 for Litecoin in the next 2 to 3 years. If we get some kind of massive breakout, and who knows, maybe regulation comes and Litecoin's one of the only ones to, pass the smell test or whatever, since it's, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Bitcoin, they're all on PayPal, they're all on Cash App and all those other ones. Litecoin's there. And so Litecoin, if they did, do some heavy-handed regulation, could see a massive move because of that. And that could propel us up to around $1,500 for a Litecoin price. I wouldn't be surprised, but it isn't my conservative price target. My conservative price target and probably more accurate price targets around $400, just to go back up to this range here. But just pay attention. There's probably going to be a massive rejection around $125, probably 75% rejection again, I would imagine. And actually, let's just see what that would be. So from 125 down to where I think it would come. Okay, so a 50% move I do think is likely after it gets rejected off the center, the heart line here of this channel that we're in. Okay, I actually am going to throw this in the middle of the video here, or towards the end. If you're still watching this, thank you. But I just noticed something before right when I got off. I was like, oh shoot, why didn't I even look at the oscillators? So I'm on the monthly chart. I haven't checked the monthly chart for Litecoin in a while now. And I mean, how many days are left in this month? 6. There's still half the month left. But we got a green dot print on the trend directional on the monthly chart. And also the money flow is now moving into the green on the monthly chart. And as you can see over here, we had a green dot right here. The money flow went into the green. And that's when Litecoin did this massive move from the bottom to the top. 1,500%. Last time we had a green dot and the money flow went into the green on Litecoin on the monthly time frame. Then we had a green dot back here. The money flow kind of went into the green almost. It started to, and it's starting to right now. So this is still possible. But from this green dot right here, I mean, once we got the green dot, it was, already almost there, went up 133%. But that's almost like what we're doing right now. So from this green dot right here, that would put us on this candle right here. So 1, 2, 3 months until the rejection. That puts us, that's a 140% move. But if you went from the very bottom, down here, that was a 550% move roughly. So this green dot that we're in right now, boy, it makes me really wonder. I mean, are we going to play out something like this right here, where we just get that massive run up to the $400 range? Now that we've got that momentum and we're getting the money flow back into the green, just some food for thought here. Something interesting that I just saw before right when I got off the video. So I'm going to throw this in there. Yeah, appreciate it. Anyway, kind of rambled on a little bit longer than I expected to, but and you guys got a price prediction from me out of Litecoin if it goes ham. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, if you appreciate this kind of stuff, please like, share, subscribe, and all that other stuff, and I'll talk to you later.